Hey guys, welcome back. It's day 8. We are moving into your second full week in our 4-week 30-day transformation challenge. I am so proud of you. I'm proud of your dedication. I'm proud of your commitment. And I'm mostly proud of you recognizing that you're worthy and that you deserve a bigger, brighter, more joyful life, and you're actually doing something about it. This training program's requiring work. Every day, watching the videos, reading the book, doing the exercises, and it's the work, it's the actions that are moving and elevating your life. Just like a muscle. We go to the gym, start with a 5-pound weight, and then our body adapts to that stress, so we go to a 6 and a 7 and an 8 and a 9. Your life is expanding as your ATR is expanding. A 10-ounce cup can never hold more than 10 ounces. In this training program, we're taking your 10-ounce cup and we're going to make it an 11, a 12, and a 20, and a 50, and a 100. We're going to expand infinitely, and your life is going to do the same. So there's a lot of steps involved. And again, I don't expect you to master perfect them. It's about daily incremental progress, and that's what you're doing. Today's training is huge. We're kicking off the week with the power of goals. And goals we break into 2 parts. A goal is anything you are committed to being, doing, or having in your life. And it's also the act of creating your life in advance, so you aren't living an accidental life, which most people are. Think about it. If you look at your life, where you live, what you do for a profession, what you've created, how much of that has to do with where you were born, how you were raised, the friends you had in high school. So our lives are sort of this accidental stew, and our stories have been written by other people. And so what you and I are doing in this training is we're taking a time out and we're saying, no, I am worthy of a mindful life. I have the power to create and design my life. And in this chapter on goals, we're really going to get into the mechanics of that. And I want to give you a great example of how goals work. I love backpacking. Being out in nature is one of my great joys and passions and turn-ons. And, you know, I'll do a solo trip, and I might do 25 miles a day. And I need to train for that because I want to have the juice and energy to see as much of nature as I can. One of the ways I train for it is I go to the stadiums in Santa Barbara. I put on a weight vest, and it's a brutal workout. I hate the workout. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Love backpacking, hate the workout. But I know that workout is the price of admission. That's building my ATR so I can live the dream. Well, this one day, I was having an off day. I'm driving to the stadiums, and I'm having an argument with myself. God, I'm too tired, and I haven't really slept, and I don't want to really do this. I know you guys have done this. And I'm getting ready to turn around and blow off my workout, and then I had an image of my dad. And it was an amazing image of my dad. It was on his 85th birthday. My dad grew up on this ranch. He grew up riding. He grew up in nature. And he was invited as kind of a guest of honor to a neighborhood ranch for this beautiful breakfast ride. And I want you to imagine my 85-year-old dad, my brother, myself, my wife, and my daughter. We're on these horses, and we're running across this field. It's a beautiful scene. And my daughter, wind in her hair, looks over and says, "Dad, I have one of the coolest grandpas on earth." And I look back and I said, yes, you do. That's a goal for me. I intend, God willing, if I'm here in 30, 40 years, I'm going to be that grandpa for my kids. Mammoth gives away free lift tickets to 80-year-olds, and I intend to take my daughters and my grandkids up to Mammoth and kick their asses in the best, most joyful way possible. And so our goals, when they're connected to the things that really matter, are what drive our behaviors. They drive our discipline. They drive the actions we need to take. So in today's training, we're going to be exercising, getting clarity, and understanding how to build your goal-setting muscle. So the first principle that we're going to be teaching you has 3 parts. And part number 1 is something you're doing automatically, and it's always work on your ATR. Always build your ability to respond because your goals are going to change. And I don't care if your goal is to be a pilot, to summit Mount Everest, or be the best chef in town, or have a beautiful little garden. Your ATR is the engine that drives those goals. And there's a lot of people that have very lofty goals, and they have a very small engine, a very small ATR, so they never achieve them. So always work on your ATR. The second step is to make daily declarations. Know what your destination is, and we're going to do that at the end of the chapter. And then every day, make a commitment. This is what I am going to do today to joyfully move me in the direction of my dreams and goals. And that's so important. In our culture, we're taught to make New Year's resolutions. Well, that's ludicrous. Once a year, I can't write the story of my life and then live it. It's about making daily declarations every single day that are going to move you in the direction of your dreams. And then step 3 is do it. Today, get up and take the actions. Learn the skill sets, make the phone calls, connect with the people that you need to move your life in the direction of your goals. So that's principle 1. Principle 2 is recognize that you are the sole authority of your life. And I love that, S-O-U-L. You have a perfectly unique fingerprint. God and the universe have given you everything you need to create a perfectly unique world, a perfectly unique life. And the word authority, think about the word authority. If I break it up in little pieces, I get author hyphen it hyphen why. And that's a great question. Author it why? Because if you don't author it, everyone else will. And you deserve better. So as the sole authority, you're going to start actively writing the story of your life. And here's an easy way to do it. Right now, I want you to imagine the most amazing person you know. And they can even be a fictitious person. They are the hero of the great story of life. And as you imagine this person, I want you to think of 3 qualities that they have. So my heroic figure is loving, wise, generous, and funny. So I'm going to give him 4. Loving, wise, generous, and funny. That's my hero. Now I want you to imagine your villain, the villain of the story. And my villain is petty, narcissistic, greedy, and mean. So I've got my hero, I've got my villain, I've identified these traits, and now I'm going to be really honest with you. I have been the villain. I have been narcissistic, and I have been greedy, and I have been mean. And it wasn't ever my intention, but I lived my life a lot of times in reaction. And when life is really good, it's easy to be really good. When life gets bad, it's easy to be bad. And so now what I do is every morning, I wake up, and one of the first things I do in my morning imaginings, in my morning declarations, is who do I choose to be? And right now, at 51 years young, I choose to be loving, I choose to be wise, generous, and a little bit funny. So that's who you're getting in this training. And why are you getting this? Because I'm declaring it. I'm writing my story in advance, and these are the things that are meaningful to me. The third principle that I'm going to share with you is just a pure technique. And when you set goals, you want them to be SMART. And SMART's an acronym, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this before. The S is for specific. Wanting to be a great dad is not a specific goal. Wanting to be healthy is not a specific goal. Now, intending to weigh 165 pounds with 9% body fat, that is a specific goal. And specific takes us to M, which is measurable. How can I quantify it? I can get on the scale. I can take out the body fat calipers. I can quantify the fact that I'm moving my life in the direction of my goal. The next part is, are your goals achievable? Now, I kind of use the digit test. I look at another person, and do they have 5 fingers on each hand? Do they have 2 eyes? Am I like them? What have they created? And then, you know what? I can create that as well. I know I can achieve it. Now, can I set a goal of being 6'5"? Probably not. You know, I'm 51 years old. I think I'm shrinking a little bit. So I want to make sure my goals are achievable and within my realm of power and possibility. So they are specific. They are measurable. They are achievable. They are relevant. And this is really important. Don't set goals that have meaning to your parents or to your wife or to your kids. Set goals that are relevant to you. Set goals that are attached to your sole purpose, because when you are turned on, we've already talked about this, you're going to be engaged and you're going to be magnetic. And then the last thing is make sure your goals are time-bound. We've talked about this before. There's no such thing as free time. You and I are running out of time. Time is the one irreplaceable asset, and when I waste it, it's gone, and I'm never going to get it back again. So I want to make sure my goals are time-bound. so I can take action on them every single day and joyfully move down the path of my destination. So quick review, SMART goals are specific, they are measurable, they are achievable, they are relevant, and they are time-bound. And so this goal-setting muscle, you and I are going to be writing the story of you. I want it to be the best story ever. I want it to be the most beautiful story ever. As great a life as you can imagine for yourself, God and the universe have imagined something even greater. And so that's what I'm going to be tapping into. And as your ATR expands, your capacity to see a more beautiful life is going to expand with it. So grab your True North journal and let's get right into our exercises. And these are a little bit meaty. You're going to have to stretch and work a little harder, but you are worth it. So grab those books. We'll be right back. Okay, guys. You've opened up your journals, and this is going to be one of the most time-intensive exercises I'm going to ask of you in this entire process. You're going to need to dedicate about an hour, maybe 2 hours to it, and it's okay if you break it into a couple different blocks. You don't have to do it all at once. But here's what we are going to do. We are going to write the story of you in advance, and we're going to make it as beautiful and clear as possible. And there are 9 steps. Step 1, we're going to do a basic meditation. And we're just going to center, we're going to breathe, we're going to ground. I breathe in, and I'm aware of my body. I breathe out, and I'm aware of my body. We've already done this. We can do that for about 30 seconds a minute. I breathe in, and I experience gratitude. I breathe out, and I experience gratitude. And then lastly, I breathe in, and I know peace. I breathe out, and I know peace. Because I really want to be dropping you into a very powerful, very creative state. Step 2, you're going to be acknowledging your creative power. I am worthy, I am powerful, I am a creator. I am worthy, I am powerful, I am a creator. This is an essential part of this process because here you are accepting the fact that you are the sole authority of your life and you are claiming your kingdom. Next step, step 3, we're going to do a little time traveling. And I want you to go 10 years into the future. And it begins like this. It is the year 2023. My name is Bill Poett. I am 61 years young. And from that point, you fill that page out with as much detail as you can. I live in a beautiful, sustainable home on my ranch with my wife, Robin. My girls have all graduated from college. They're out in the world living their dreams. I am teaching and sharing the True North Compass with people all over the world. We have a giant global community. We're using the latest tools and technologies to connect with and engage and spread our message. And so you'll spend a good 20 minutes, half hour on painting the picture of you. What's your education? What do you do for a living? What's your income? What do you enjoy? Color that picture and make it big, make it rich. Where do you travel? Where do you live? You might have a home in Europe or in Tahoe. You might go out to the desert. You might sell everything and go to Africa and build water systems. Whatever turns you on and whatever feeds you, create that and see that. Then the next step is we're going to create a 5-year plan. So we're working back in time. And I want you to imagine, well, if that's my 10-year progression, where will I be in 5 years? And write it out. My name is Bill Poett. It's 2018. I am 56 years young. And what would the natural progression be? Then the next step is we go to 1 year. It's 1 year out. It's 2014. It's the end of 2014. I'm 52 years young. My body, my education, my relationships, my career are all moving in a straight line to your goals and dreams. Then 6 months. 6 months from now, where do I need to be? What changes, what course corrections have I made? Where is my life going to be in 6 months? And this is really important because now we start getting into the mechanics of the ATR and the training you're going to need to build and live the life that you know you deserve, that you are worthy of. It's essential. Then the next step is to commit every single day to this program. Commit to it. And then finally, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to stay the course. Every day you're going to get up, you're going to make those daily declarations, and you're going to move your life forward. Daily declarations move your life forward. And in your daily declarations, and this is really important, I'm writing out on my imagined destination. Well, as you're traveling down that course, it's possible that you might go, you know, I've changed my mind. I've had a change of heart, and that no longer feeds or serves me. That's fine. Rewrite the story of you. As the sole authority, you can change it any time you want. And that's why daily declarations are important. And that's why the review process is important. At the end of every day, I take a few minutes, I lay in bed, and I look back over what I've created. And is it turning me on? Is it feeding me? Does it serve me? And some of the answers are yes, and some of the answers are no. And that's where I get my course correction. And that's how I step onto and I make that adjustment to my true north path. So here's what I want to leave you with. I want you to imagine the most beautiful life you can. Your life in full realization, full expression. See it. See your body, see your education, your relationships, and your career. See it perfectly. That's true north. Then think about where you are, and that's the gap. And what we're going to do is we're going to bridge that gap every single day. We're going to do it joyfully. We are living and loving fearlessly. I love being your guide. Live today like it's the most important day you will ever have. Go and get your grade on, and I will see you tomorrow for our next training. Couldn't be more proud of you. Make it great.